Rufus Miller is an English guitarist and singer. He plays rock, blues rock, metal, so quite different styles in one concert. And he was also a long-time member of the band of Sting at concerts worldwide. Currently, he's mostly playing in the Czech Republic, but he also lived for years in Denmark, so he's very international. How came that you, as a British rock musician, now play mainly in the Czech Republic?
Well, it's all thanks to Jana, who's behind the camera over there. She sent me a message, a few messages, and had an idea that we would come over and maybe be a guest with my dad on his performances, because she also helps my dad, Dominic Miller, organise his tours. And we said, how about you try and get our whole band to come, and we are the support act, and we can also do maybe a little tour and see if you like what we do. And it was a very successful 4 or 5 day tour. And then she liked it and she kept inviting us back. So I think tonight would be maybe our 30th show, and we've come here maybe 7 times since April 2024. So it's all thanks to Jana and the whole team that she built for us to make this happen.
How similar or different are the audiences here in the Czech Republic, in the UK, Denmark, or other places around the world?
Okay, so I'd say in London there's a lot of people like this, kind of impress me. It's very, but then also sometimes you get really scary, crazy mosh pits and stuff like this. So it's a mixture of, maybe sometimes can be harder, but whereas here the difference is people really listen. That's what I've noticed. They're really listening. Maybe they don't mosh as much or dance as much, but they show their passion through the way they listen and they watch, and they're very focused and they stay with us the whole gig. So maybe sometimes in London people go for a cigarette or this, but when we play here, everyone's with us, connected with us for the whole show. So that's a unique experience. But also, I think that the genre of music connects with people of all ages here. Maybe the younger crowds, but also the older crowds, where rock music was really important. And so I feel like this genre of music, they understand it and they appreciate it.
London is one of the most important hubs for the music industry worldwide. How easy or difficult is it to be a musician in London and live from your music? Is this situation that London is a worldwide hub making it easier or more difficult because of the very high concurrence?
Well, the good thing is all the best musicians come to London from all over the world and all over the country to play there. So it's very competitive in a good way. So everyone wants to get better quicker because they play with bands who are very good. The downsides are, because there's so much competition, it's quite hard to get paid for concerts and things like this, especially when you add cabs to get to the venue or paying the band members. It can be a real struggle financially. So most musicians in London have a normal job, but they're in London and potentially the industry can get behind them, but there's so much competition. And also there's a fast turnaround of trends and fashion. So you might be a cool band for 2 years, and then maybe people will a little bit like. So it's like you can catch a big wave in London, but the stakes are high. It can go really well, but it can also, not go.
How has Brexit influenced the situation of British musicians in the European Union? As of there were some scandalous cases when, for example, German bands wanted to play in the UK and the visa got refused, and before the Brexit, as EU members, all around the European Union musicians could go to the UK and play there, and of course UK musicians as well to the European Union. How is it now for you as a UK citizen musician to be able to play here in the European Union?
It's very difficult, and it's an absolute nightmare for the London musicians and the musicians trying to play in London, or England, sorry, I should say, or the UK. But yeah, it's been really horrible, it's really difficult. But there's been bands that found ways to play in Europe. For instance, in Rotterdam there's a festival called Left of the Dial, and they take sympathy for us UK musicians, and they get a lot of bands and they make it very easy for us to play a gig in another country. And also there's some gigs, some promoters are making it easier. Jan has made it very easy for us. So it's really down to this grassroots, everyone really helping each other. And yeah, it's more of a community feeling right now, where we're all trying to find ways to get out of the UK somehow. And we can only do that through the community. So I feel like in London, especially, you know, we know how hard it is to get out, but we're all looking for the opportunity to get out. And if one band gets out, we help the other bands get out, you know? Or they help the other bands get out to Europe, you know? So it's a struggle, but people are making it work somehow.
You played years together with Sting as a member of his band. How is he as a private person, and how is he as the leader of the band?
Private person, he's very quiet, very collected, very meditative, calm, peaceful, doesn't say too many words. And then when we do sound checks and things like this, he's very particular about what he wants, very clear. What are you playing on this? Maybe you should change that. So he has a big vision, a massive vision. And you really see that when we do sound checks, when we rehearse, and of course when we play live. It's very magic what he does, but it's also very mysterious. I don't really know what he does, but I was watching and learning, and I'm trying with my bandmates to be as good of a leader as him.
Now you are touring mostly in the Czech Republic, as I already mentioned, and we are also talking at a festival here in the Czech Republic. How do you find the Czech Republic as a place, as of you are a lot here, so you get the vibes not only as a musician at the concert, but for sure also in the private life, as you spend a lot of time here. So what's your opinion about this country?
Well, I love it here. I have a long history now. The first tour I did abroad was when I was 25. So we're talking quite a long time ago now, like 16 years ago. And it was very magical for me to tour in Europe, and I was like, I really felt a connection to the place. And then since I've been coming back, what I've noticed is that people are very welcoming, very friendly, very giving, very warm. I love the countryside, I love the atmosphere, I love it in Prague, I love it in Brno as well. Just there's a feeling here, and like when we first came, I met up with a band called Cult of Fire from Czech Republic. It's a very cool black metal band. I was actually wearing a t-shirt when we performed, and they were so welcoming. Like a black metal band in London, it'd be quite difficult to connect. But these guys were so like, you're with us. We went to a heavy metal bar, which I love, this community. And so my experience, you know, meeting all the youngest family and friends, it just feels like family. As soon as we come here, the culture seems to be very much family oriented. And we really appreciate that. So yeah, from the nature to the food to the people, it's all very dreamy for us.
Now you played at your concert from blues rock over melodic rock till hard metal, a lot of subgenres of the rock. How you compile your setlist together? What are your thoughts when you build up what to play at the concert?
Yeah, so generally the first thing is you want to play the songs that you know connect with the audience the best, the ones that you know that when you play them, people are going to dance or they're going to move. It's very interesting how certain songs, doesn't matter where you go, people react the same way. They start to open up. So it's sort of like teasing them. Maybe a little hard, and then soft. A little hard again, soft. And then now we're going to party. Now it's party time. And then everyone's like, oh yeah, cool, let's party. And then build. So that's the idea, is dynamics. hard, soft, and then hard till the end. That's generally the feeling that I like to create with the gigs. Definitely end with a party atmosphere, and maybe start with moody, kind of cathartic, but by the end, party. So that's how we choose it. The moody songs at the beginning, the party songs at the end.
What are your plans for the future? Do you plan a new album or just concerts, and even in the private life, what plans you have?
So the first two albums, when I released them, I was touring still, so I didn't really have a band. I didn't promote them, and then the build up to this recent album, Basement, we were gigging a lot. We had residency at bars in London. We were playing. Of course, now we play here in the Czech Republic a lot. But we released the album in November, so I really want to promote this album, get people to hear it as much as possible, and people to go back to the older albums and the EPs. So promote. But now we've already started writing many songs for the next release, whether that be an EP or an album, I don't know yet. We'll decide what's best for us. But yeah, just writing lots of songs now and promoting what we have, but especially the new record, basically.
Thanks for the talk.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate your time. Thank you so much for listening